Once I stopped telling my business, my whole entire life changed. Like, my manifestation started coming in, like, because nobody was energetically putting their intentions into what I was trying to do. You will be surprised how many people will sit up in your face, call you friend, oh yeah, I'm so cool, I love you, girl, we homies, like we ride or dies, but then be plotting on you, be preying on your downfall. What is up, you guys? I am going to be diving deep into how to shut the fuck up, how to master the art of shutting the fuck up, and what this can do to change your life, how this can change your life. Shutting the fuck up will dramatically change your results, especially in manifestation. It'll change every single area and aspect of your life. I have my notes here, so I'm going to be reading from my notes, but yeah, just to go back into what I was saying, like, you will not realize that people will solely try to get into your life just because of what you have. Vision boards. I see, like, as soon as 2024 started, or even before 2024 started, I started seeing, like, oh, me and my friends making my vision boards, and, you know, it's a girls' night, let's make vision boards with my friends, and, like, it blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. I'm like, did we not learn our lessons from 2023, you guys? Like, I know you guys have gone through trial after tribulation. You've been going through shit. Maybe 2023 year did not look how you wanted it to look. But moving into 2024 year, you're literally going to start your year off by putting someone else in your goals, in your manifestations, and what you're trying to do. Like, did we not learn? Did we not learn the lessons? Stop making vision boards with other people. Stop telling people your intentions. Stop telling people your goals. Like, you guys, you don't understand. Like, and I get it. You want to have the best intentions for everybody. You want to think that everybody has good intentions towards you because that's how you are, right? You have a kind heart, you love and respect everybody, and you would never do that to somebody. You would never put negative intentions and pray for someone else's downfall because you know what that looks like. You know what that looks like to be down in the dumps. You know what it looks like to be at rock bottom, and you would never want anyone to go through what you had to go through. Let me break it to you. Not everybody thinks this way. Not everybody has a kind heart. Not everybody has good intentions towards people. People, like, will shock you. People will genuinely shock you. People will hurt you. People will break your trust. And I'm not saying this to, like, oh, never trust anyone. Like, I can't tell anyone anything anymore. Like, I'm not saying that, but please use your discernment when going into 2024 year. It's okay to trust people. It's okay to let people in. But you have to have discernment between what to tell people, what to tell certain people, like who to tell, like when to tell. You have to have discernment in all of this because it can severely fuck up what you're trying to do for your life, okay? Because you guys have big manifestations, you guys have big goals, and I want you to complete those goals. You have to shut the fuck up, okay? Like, you have to be quiet. And let me get into what I said earlier. Family members. Family members will be the first ones to backstab you, to cause you pain and heartbreak, and it's so crazy to think about because these are the people that we were raised with. These are the people, sometimes it's the people that, like, you came out of. It's your own mom, it's your own daddy, and you like, damn, like, I really came out of you. Like, you're literally my parent. Why are you wishing on my downfall? But this is something that we have to be more aware of. Like, we have to take accountability for our lives. We have to be responsible for ourselves sometimes because not other people are going to do that. Not all family members want to see you succeed like any healthy family should. Okay, that's just not how, at least that's not how I was brought up. Like, as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I don't talk to a single one of my family members. There is not a single family member that I can name that I talk to on a daily basis or I even talk to at all. Completely cut off from my family, and I'm okay with that because it protects my peace so much. Do not be afraid to cut people off when going towards a new goal, when going to, like, manifesting something or trying to step into a new chapter in your life. Like, don't be afraid. It doesn't matter how much chemistry you guys have had. It doesn't matter how long I know you. Bro, I was your cousin. Like, how you gonna do this to me? I'm gonna do it to you. Like, I'm gonna do it to you. I do not care, because this is my life we're talking about. Like, I'm not living my life for other people's, and this is especially why you need to have discernment. Like, that is going to be the main thing that I'm talking about when shutting the fuck up, is discernment, because you need to know who to tell, when to tell, and how to tell it, so that you're not revealing all the information, so that you're not, you know, just putting someone, like, literally telling them every single step. Like, I have a goal. This is exactly how I'm going to do it. I plan to get here this way. Like, people will take that information and be like, oh, she thinks she on that. She thinks she gonna accomplish that. She ain't gonna do shit with her life. Oh, I hope she fails. She ain't no good. Like, people will do that. People will shit on you, especially unhealed people, because hurt people like to hurt people. Okay, if you have people in your life, family members, friends, like, they will mask how they're feeling inside and project it onto you. So when you're like, you good-hearted person, like, you're genuinely, you want people to be there for you, you want people to, like, praise you for your accomplishments, validate you for what you're doing, and then you have the unhealed people over here, just really in a negative headspace. Like, they think poorly about themselves and about the world, and you thinking that they're your friend and they're your family member and they're going to support you. You tell them this, they're going to take that and put all of their energy, all of their projections, all of the stuff that they didn't do or didn't accomplish, and you're sitting here doing that. They're going to put that, or even if you're not doing that, if you're doing something successful, somebody that's unhealed is going to put all of their unhealed trauma onto you in what you're doing, and that just causes an energetic blockage. Now, I will say, God doesn't allow these energies, like, these negative people, to block you for very long. Yeah, it'll set you back. It might set you back. You might be knocked back a couple inches. Like, you might have to start from square one. You might be blocked a little bit, but again, it's blocked. Okay, you're never missing what is meant for you. But you don't want to block yourself. You want to get your manifestations, right? You want to, like, go into your dream life being the best, confident, most abundant version of yourself. And this includes having that intuition about people, knowing who is your tribe, who is your family, who's not your family, who preys on your downfall, who doesn't. Like, just, like, and the main way to do this, like, the telltale sign of, like, if somebody's there for you, or if somebody's, like, low-key projecting on you or doesn't want to see you succeed, you go to them and you tell them something that you accomplished. And this can be something that you already did, it's already done, and it's already in the works. And God has already told you, like, yeah, you can already talk about this. So you go to them and you tell them, like, hey, I did this. Like, I'm so proud of myself for doing this. And watch very, very closely how they react to you. Okay? Like, this is key. As soon as you, like, even while you're saying, like, the words are coming out of your mouth, watch very closely how they are responding. That's going to, like, looks are all over people's face. So if they're like, okay, or if they say something like, oh, that's not even, like, okay, like, you guys, you know when somebody is giving you a stank ass reaction. We are very good bullshit detectors, and we can feel when someone isn't there for us, or we can feel when someone's, like, being negative. Okay, we are energetic beings, we know this. You just have to tap into it. You have to listen to it. And another thing that I want to talk about is monitoring spirits. This is very real, and this goes into shutting the fuck up and moving in silence, because not even just the people around you, but what you're posting on social media. So if you're posting things like, yeah, bro, I got this big event coming up, like, stay tuned to see what I got going on, or yeah, I'm doing this, look where I'm at, I'm over here, da 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 da, like, come on, big bro, like, come on, like, unless you've already done it, unless you've already experienced it and God has told you, okay, you can share this, or if you feel comfortable sharing that and you know that, you know, this is already in the works, this is something that can't be fucked with, sure, share it. Love to see your accomplishments, but be aware of monitoring spirits. Monitoring spirits are, like, it can be friends, it could be family members, it could be strangers, just, like, stalking your account, like, literally gang stalking your account, like, watching every single thing you do. Every time you post, they're there. Like, as soon as you post, they're there, like, what is she doing? I don't think so. Like, and they will, and I also want you to be aware of the fact that since we are energetic beings, we carry energy. So the stuff that, like, we are putting out is being received like energetically. So if I'm looking at someone like they think they're all that, I don't really know about them, like they think they hot shit, they ain't doing shit, like that's gonna be received energetically, like in the spirit. Everything manifests in the spirit. So the shit that they're saying, you may not think that it affects you because it's not directly being said to you, but these monitoring spirits are putting that energy out vibrationally, and that affects you. So if you're doing something, it seems like you keep coming across road barriers and you're like, well, I didn't tell anybody close to me anything. But are you posting it on social media? Like them close friends stories that you be posting on? Yeah, that could be monitoring spirits. So watch literally everybody. And again, I want to emphasize the fact that I'm not telling you this to be like, I can't trust anyone, oh, who do I tell about it? Actually, you know who you go tell? You know who you go tell when you got an accomplishment? You tell the Most High. If you're sitting here like, oh, I can't trust anybody, I can't tell anybody shit, well then who do I tell them all my accomplishments, my goals, and my dreams, and my wishes to receive validation? Who do I go to for support? You go to your Creator, okay? You go to your Creator. Open up that Bible, open up like whatever book that you have. I'm sorry, I don't know all the books. I read the Bible. I respect like whatever book that you have that you use to get connected to your Creator, whatever you believe in, open that up and start talking, start praying, start connecting, because that's where you're gonna get the most support. Like I just told y'all, like I do not talk to any single one of my family members, and there are a lot of times where I feel alone. There's a lot of times where I do something that's amazing and I want validation, I want confirmation, I want somebody to tell me, hey, pat on the back, you did great. And also yourself, celebrate with yourself. So many people look outside of themselves for validation, and we don't realize that we can literally be celebrating ourselves with all of our accomplishments. Like, that's not sad. Society makes us think that, oh, just because I'm celebrating with myself, or I went to go buy myself a cake, or I celebrated my accomplishment, that's sad. It's not sad. You don't always have to have a group of people around you, surrounding you, being like, yay, you did. Like, that's good. Especially if you have a good group, if you have your soul tribe around you, and these people you connect with, and they're genuinely proud of you and your accomplishments and your success, great. But not everybody has that. So you need to learn to celebrate with yourself. And celebrating with yourself is also celebrating with your Creator. So getting close to yourself and building that relationship with yourself and being like, hey, like, I'm fucking like, yes, I did that shit. You need to look yourself in the mirror. I want you to look yourself in the mirror. Matter of fact, go get a picture of your younger self, if you have one. Because I know I could only find like 2 pictures of my baby self, but like, go get a picture from when you were younger and look at your younger self and be like, we fucking did that shit. Like, we made it. I had, even if it's small, like, just look at your younger self and be like, I did it. And you know what your younger self is gonna do? They're gonna be like, yeah, let's go. Like, it's reminding me of that one scene in Inside Out.
You made it. Go save Riley. Take her to the moon for me.
It's sad. I didn't mean, like, I literally just said celebrating with yourself isn't sad, but I'm thinking of that one audio where it's like, we made it, and I'm just like, no, and it makes me want to cry. But like, that's gonna be your inner child. Like, your inner child is always rooting for you, and your inner child always wants to connect with you. So like, instead of always looking for that outside validation and that external like gratification, start looking within yourself, because you're the Most High, and your spiritual team is gonna be right up there with you, like, yeah, girl, let's go. You're gonna start seeing them angel numbers. You're gonna see 333, 777, 444, like all them angel numbers, all the signs, all the synchronicities you're gonna get, because the universe is on your side. The Most High is on your the Most High is on your side and wants to see you succeed. So please, 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 if you're sitting here thinking, then what the fuck am I supposed to do? That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay? Okay. And just to further emphasize moving in silence, I'm gonna give y'all a personal story. I just lost my note. Hold on. I'm gonna give y'all a personal story of why you should move in silence. Okay, so again, flash forward. If y'all were following me on my content creator journey, I have a story time on my podcast as well as my TikTok. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be linked down in this description. But I've talked about how I became homeless. And one of the reasons I became homeless was because I was living with a family member that I did not know very well. These were my dad's kids. So I didn't grow up with my dad's kids. They were way older than me, and we lived in another state, and we moved up here. Another CPS case got open, and I ended up staying with one of the relatives that I really didn't, we didn't talk that much. Like, we were just establishing a relationship. And this was the second household that I went to after my first one, because again, I was staying with all my relatives that I didn't have any connection with at all, and that did not work out at all. Like, it went extremely bad. And I ended up staying with these relatives for like 3 years. We were so cool. Like, they accepted me as part of their family. They were like, yeah, girl, you cool. Like, I put them through hell. It's a whole story. Like, I admit what I did wrong in that scenario. They were wrong, whatever. But the thing is, when I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, I have someone I can talk to. I have someone that knows what I'm going through. Like, she played her part so well. She played the part of like loving, caring, guardian, like, I'm here for you. I don't understand how anyone can do that to their child. She bashed my parents constantly on Facebook and would be like, oh, like they're so bad and they're doing this X, Y, and Z. And she used to comfort me like through all of my traumas. Like, she didn't beat the shit out of me when I did something wrong. She actually tried to talk me through my mistakes, and even though like I pushed that to its limits, of course, but like I told this woman everything. Like, and if you're coming from trauma, when someone presents themselves as somebody that is safe to go to, as somebody that is like, hold space for you, and you can tell them anything without them like seemingly judging you or having any type of reaction than you're used to, you're gonna take the most advantage of that. Like, I literally told this woman like all of my thoughts. I'm just like, yeah, no. Like, I felt comfortable because I was like, now I can have someone to talk to about boys without her whooping my ass. Like, I can actually go to her about like certain relationship issues, or I smoked with her, like, everything. I told her everything, and all of my manifestations, all of my hopes, all of my dreams, all of my aspirations. Like, this woman would literally sit in on my tarot readings, and before I didn't really like, I wasn't really too pressed about it because we were going to the same person and getting the reading at the same time, so I was like, whatever. But now that I look back on that, it's like very intrusive. It was very, very, very like in my business. And there was there was nothing that I wouldn't tell her, because she made that like safety net for me to go to whenever I did something wrong, or whenever I had a question or a problem or a thought or a manifestation or something happened, and like anything you can think of, I went to her for it. And this ended up with me being homeless. Like, it was like a flip had switched, and before I even turned 18, I was 17 years old, and I had actually got my shit together. I was doing so well for myself, and I was literally at my prime. Like, I had friends that I would bring over, and I was smoking again, but like I was smoking with her, and it just became, it was one of the best times of my life. Like, I was going out having fun, talking to boys again, my age. If you know, you know. I highly advise you to check out my podcast on Planet Divinity if you want to hear more about my story, because I'm telling you guys, it's a very interesting one. But yeah, so like I literally told her everything, and I was 17 years old, got my shit together, had a job, the whole works, right? And whenever like her CPS payments had stopped for her around like a couple months ago, and everything was doing fine. Like, they were talking about moving into a new place, and I was like, okay, yeah, like that's gonna be great. And a couple months before my 18th birthday, she starts a whole entire argument with me over nothing. She was saying I was smoking too much, but then she literally set 3 bags of this substance on my bed a couple days prior, and it was just a setup. You could tell my friend was there at the time, and she saw everything, and she was like, what, like, how did this even transpire? It was so random, so like out of place, and it ended up with me, like, she shoved me out a window, all of the stuff that I went to her for, my whole entire safety net thrown back up in my face, all of the stuff that she used to comfort me about, talking about, oh, I'm gonna call your mom, like, you're exactly like your parents, you're crazy, you're psychotic. But then before, it was like, oh, I don't know how someone could do this to her child. Like, flip switch, like, completely different person. And I was with them for 3 years. Like, they were like, she would literally come to me crying about all of my court cases and stuff, about the things that I was going through, because she was like, I view you as a daughter, I love you so much, and I don't want anything to happen to you. but then you turn around and treat me exactly how my parents did, exactly how my family did. And that just goes to show you. And then, like, when I was in those hotel rooms, I had to pay for hotel rooms to, like, and again, I'm not saying this to, like, pity me, oh my gosh, like, I'm genuinely telling you this because letting someone in on every single aspect of your life, regardless of how much you trust them, regardless of how much they portray themselves to be, like, a safe person to go to, shit like that happens. You know, like, it only takes one, like, flip of a switch, one thing, one mindset shift, one perspective shift, and then they're like, fuck you, I don't, like, they treat you like dirt. And so while I was in that hotel room, I was like putting all the pieces together. It was like I had just got out of a relationship and the rose-colored glasses got taken off and I saw the shit for how it really was. I looked back on my instances and I was like, wow, all the times that I went to her about my manifestations, all the times that I went to her about something that I accomplished, she wasn't, like, proud of me. Like, she wasn't encouraging. She was like, yeah, that's good. And, like, I just noticed, like, little simple reactions that she had that I didn't pick up on when I was there. And I also realized how intrusive she was, how, like, I literally told her everything and how she always, like, pried herself into my life and my friends' lives, and she always wanted to be involved in what I was doing and what my friends were doing and all that stuff. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, oh my god. Like, that was the biggest mindset shift for me, because I was like, I gotta stop telling people stuff. And it just changed my whole entire life, because as soon as I was out of that household, and also another thing, like, I also realized the energy that I was picking up on that household. So I would walk in and I would be sitting there and I would have, like, such a negative emotion. Like, I would be feeling, like, really mad, really angry, really jealous about little stupid shit. And I'm like, and I would journal, but I literally have journal prompts where I was just like, I was reading my journal a couple days ago and I was just literally just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, they're doing everything for me and they're taking such good care of me. I don't know why I have this negative emotion towards them. And when I was out of there, like, I realized that it wasn't me. It was literally the emotion that I was picking up on, because you would think that when I was out of there, you would think that after leaving there, I would have been like, oh yeah, fuck them, like, I would be talking shit about them, and the negative emotion that I had before would have increased, but it actually decreased. And I was like, I'm not actually feeling as negative towards them anymore. And I just, empath, you guys, if you're an empath, you pick up on the emotions of others. Everybody has this capability. Everybody can feel emotions. Everybody can pick up on stuff energetically, but empaths feel it times 10, especially when you walk into a room and you feel like a negative emotion, or you feel really anxious and, you know, you just have a really strong feeling. That's your intuition. That's your empathic abilities, and you were able to pick up on this. So you need to start listening to it. And I never listened to it. I always believed that I was just, you know, I didn't have any special qualities about me, that I couldn't do stuff. I couldn't listen to my intuition. I was like, I don't know how. But it was literally in the feeling. So I say this to say, shut the fuck up. I say this to say, you need to move in silence, especially going into 2024, you guys. Like everything you want. Think about all of your heart's desires. Think about all of your manifestations. Think about all of the things that you are trying to bring into fruition, okay? And realize that you have the capacity. It will happen. It's going to happen, but you don't want any unnecessary roadblocks, and I'm here to prevent that. I'm here to tell you guys, like, stop. Don't press go. Don't collect $100. Like, like, if you feel yourself wanting to tell somebody something, because I still struggle with that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I still struggle with that, because I want to tell everybody everything. I'm like, I do something good and I'm like, yeah, like, I want to tell you this for validation, or I want to tell you this because I'm really proud of it and I just need somebody to tell. But again, please make it a habit to go to your creator first. Please make it a habit to go to yourself first. Literally look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yes, I fucking did that shit. Like, I'm so proud of me. Give yourself a hug. Like, normalize these things. These things need to be normalized. Because you are the only person that is going to take yourself there. You are the only person that is going to bring your manifestations into reality. So you need to celebrate that. You need to celebrate that. Even if you have to, like, take yourself out on a date, buy yourself something that you always wanted to celebrate yourself. Like, go out to eat, go buy yourself that new book, go buy yourself whatever. Like, celebrate yourself, okay? And again, go to your creator. I'm telling you guys, this is the fastest way to bring your manifestation into fruition, is going to your creator. Because you know what, when you go to your creator and you talk to God and you pray about the things that you've been manifesting, you pray about the moves that you're going to make, you pray about your dreams and your hopes and your aspirations and how your day was, and you know, all of this stuff, God hears you. And God is going to take that and multiply, not the bad things, of course. Like, God is going to take that and give you even better than what you're asking for. Because you're establishing that relationship with your creator. And when you have a relationship with yourself and with your creator, woo, that you are a force to be reckoned with. Like, nobody can fuck with you. Like, you can't, like, it's just, you're very powerful. Like, once you have a relationship with your creator and yourself, girl, you better, like, get prepared. Because, and also, like, when you're leveling up and when you're going to new heights, new levels, new devils, okay? You're always gonna have someone that's gonna hate on you. You're always gonna have somebody that's gonna try to fuck up what you're doing. But change your perception on the negative thing that they're saying about you. Like, don't even take it into consideration. Like, don't personalize it. That's what I meant. Like, do not personalize negative things that people say to you, okay? Because that's always gonna be the case. You're always gonna be hurt. You're always gonna have this. Like, you need to be able to stand up for yourself, and you need to be able to know yourself. That's why I say have a relationship with yourself, because when you know yourself, nobody can tell you who you are. Nobody can fuck with you. Nobody can put their energy into your plans, because you're like, I'm moving in silence. Shira told me to move in silence, and I took what she had to say into consideration. So therefore, I'm not saying shit to nobody. And I mastered the art of learning how to shut the fuck up. Game. Mic drops. Okay? Do it for you. You are the main character in your life. Get into that main character energy. The life that you want, do you think that in the life that you want and the dreams that you're trying to accomplish, you're going to sit there and tell everybody about every step that you're making, and you're going to be like, hey girl, I just did this, and and I plan to do this, and this is what I put on my vision board, and yeah, this is what, yeah, me and my man, like, did this, and like, no. I guarantee you your higher self would not do that, because they wouldn't be where they are right now. They would have had so many roadblockages. And that goes for relationships too. Like, stop telling everybody about your relationships. You don't, like, this doesn't just go for manifestations. This literally goes for anything and everything. Like, anything that you're doing, keep it to yourself, or keep it between you and that person. You do not have to tell your mother, your dad, your whoever. You don't have to tell the whole world about what you're doing. Like, keep it in private. Keep it in private. Sip it. Shh. Shut up. Like, I really just want to feel like, stop, because it's not going to work, okay? Everything that you do it for your inner child. Do it for the version of you that was broken. Do it for the version of you that went through all these trials and tribulations. That's why I say, go look at your inner child. Go look at that picture. Go look at a picture of the past version of you where you went through the most shit. Like, I guarantee you can look in your camera roll right now and find that era where you were broke, busted, and disgusted. Not literally, but like, you were going through so much shit, and like, you had a time in your life where you were at that low. And do it for that version of you. Become the main character of your life. Move in silence. Stop letting everybody in on what you're doing. Like, boss up. Okay, boss up. Become that version of you. Assume the identity of that version of you and move in silence. Okay? I love you guys.